morning, number 3. Today we're going to make a revision in grammar. Okay, we're going to start by the choose question. Each question that we will answer together, I will explain why we have chosen this answer. Okay, so let's start with the first question. We choose number 1. If I dots you, I would have some rest. So this is if conditional. Okay, like it's the second time because here I have would and the verb plus infinitive. So in the second conditional, if the result, okay, is would plus infinitive, the action must be in the past simple. So if I were you, I would have some rest. So this is the action. We have here the action, okay? We have the action here, and this is the result. So the action is what? If I were you, and the result, I will have some rest. Okay? So number 2, he never does this thing. Sorry, cancel this S here. So he never forgot this thing. This sentence is in the present simple, so I have to choose this verb, forgets, which ends with S. Because if you still remember, we have to put S, ES, or IAS of the verb in the present simple if the subject is he or she or it. Okay, number 3, 5 kilometers dots a long way to walk if you are carrying the heavy bag. So of course all of you will say, yeah, 5 kilometers are. No, but here I'm not talking as 5 kilometers as a plural noun, but I'm talking about them as a long way. So 5 kilometers is a long way to walk. Okay, not all. Number 4, you can have dots a cake, dots a don't. Okay, you can have neither nor, not only but also, either or. Okay, so here my answer will be either or. So you can have either a cake or a don't. Okay? Okay, let's continue. So number 5, they said to us, we dots to leave. So this sentence is still in direct speech because I still have the quotation marks here and here. So the verb must be infinitive. So they said to us, we want to leave. Because when I change to the reported speech to be what they told us, that they wanted to leave. Okay? Okay. Number 6. Listen. The children are, can, shouting. Okay, listen is a key word in the present continuous. And if you remember, the present continuous is used to describe an action that's happening now. So when I tell you listen, of course this action is happening now. So the present continuous was and is an are and the verb plus ing. So listen, the children are shouting. Okay, so number 7, he agreed dots the motorbike for 2,000 euros. So he agreed buying, no. Agreed is a verb which is followed by to plus infinitive. He agreed to buy. He agreed to buy the motorbike. If I added here on, it will be buying. He agreed on buying the motorbike for 2,000 euros. Okay? Then, okay, if you are still confused about number, yes, this one. If I said 5 kilometers, not more than 6 kilometers, of course here I will say more. I will say are. 5 kilometers are more than 6 kilometers because I'm talking about how many are they. But here I'm talking about it as a long way. Okay, so that's why I chose is. Okay, that's in case if you are still confused. Okay, let's go to number 8. As the thief got off the bus, the police caught him. So here I have 2 actions, a long action, okay, or a little bit longer action, and another short action which interrupts it. If you remember the past continuous, we we used the past continuous to describe two actions in the past, and one action was continuous and another action interrupted it. So the answer will be, as the thief was getting off the bus, the police called him. So here, as is like while, the keyword in the past continuous. Okay. Number 9, the driver told the mechanic to clean the car. Okay, not to clean or not to clean, not to clean, of course. So number 10, how dots butter should you use? So butter here is an uncountable noun. And of course, uncountable noun will take what? Yes, mister, it will take much or little. I know that uncountable nouns take much or little, but in the question, if I ask you about a quantity of something, okay, water or oil, any uncountable noun, I have to use much. I don't say how little, so how much butter should you use? Okay? Okay, number 11. While I got story, Ali was watching TV. So Ali was watching TV. So this is past continuous. So while I read a story or while I was reading a story. Okay, the past continuous is used for three things, and one of these usages is two actions in the past, and these two actions were happening together at the same time without any interruption. Like an action was happening and another action was happening in the same time. So while I was reading a story, Ali was watching TV, because Ali did not interrupt me while I was reading the story, and I did not interrupt Ali while he was watching TV. Okay, number 12, this information not from an internet website. This information not from an internet website. So comes, are coming, or have come. Okay, as you can see here, the word information is uncountable, and uncountable nouns are treated as singular nouns in case of verbs. For example, we will say information is, or water is. So uncountable nouns take singular verb. So here information will take the verb comes, like in the present simple. In the present simple with the singular subject, we put S-E-S-I-S, and of course, as I said, we use the uncountable noun as a singular subject. So this information comes from an internet website. Okay, now we finish the first page and choose. Now let's answer this page. Wait a minute. Find the mistake. Read the page. Find the mistakes and correct them. So number 1, Judy will buy a new mobile. So here I have mobile. I must put in here. And of course, I will buy. I will not say Judy will buy, because will is followed by a verb in infinitive form. Number 2, my dad was reading a book while mom cooking. So this is a past continuous sentence. I have two actions that were happening together at the same time, like the example of Judy in the last choose question. So my dad was reading a book while mom was cooking. Okay? Let's continue. So, number 3, if I were you, I will study. So this is the second conditional type. So in the second conditional, if I have here the past simple, I must put here would plus infinitive. So this must be would. I would. And number 4, have you got many more information to tell? Have you got many more information to tell? So in the question, I will not use many here, because information is uncountable, right? So I can say here, I can say much. Have you got much more information to tell? Or I can say any. Both answers will be acceptable. Okay, number 5, the doctor warned me to play sports. Of course, word here is a negative verb. Okay, so after word I have to put have. If you warn someone of something, like smoking, you will say smoke or don't smoke. You will say don't smoke. So the doctor warned me not to play sports. Okay, I'll put not here. Okay, number 6, when you call I was slept in bed. So here, this is a past continuous, an action that interrupted the other action. So when you called me, this is the interruption. So when did you interrupt me? While I was sleeping. Good job. Try to pause the video before I say the answer and think of an answer and check if your answer was right or wrong. Okay, that's just a little tip. So number 7, Sam goes to school by bus, nor do I. So here, Sam goes to school by bus. Okay, here the sentence is not negative. So, and I do the same thing as Sam. So Sam goes to school by bus, so do I. And so do I. Okay? Okay, number 8. The good news are that Fatima had twin baby girls. So, where's the mistake here? Okay, have you thought of it? Okay, the mistake here is the verb after news, because news is uncountable noun, so I must put is. So the good news is. Okay, so number 9, 50 degrees. We answered a similar question, the choose. Yeah, 50 degrees is. Okay, number 10. I think he has got too many responsibility. So the word responsibility is not uncountable noun. It can be plural as well because it's a countable noun. So many responsibilities. So number 10. If people have wings, they would fly like birds. So this sentence. If conditional, the second time. So if people had wings, they would fly. Okay, number 11. If she's a doctor, she would earn more money. So here I have the action, if she's a doctor. So this is a second condition as well. So if she were a doctor, she would earn more money. Okay, number 12. You must start saving money if you want to retire early. This sentence is not that wrong, but the only mistake in this sentence is must, because it's not strong advice. It's just advice. If you want to take it, it's okay. If you don't want to take it, it's also okay. So I must write here should. You should start saving money if you want to retire early. Number 13, I was seeing Hussein while he was crossing the road. I have here two actions. Okay. While he was crossing the road, that's the longer action. That's the longer action than was seen, because the verb see doesn't take ing form except in some specific cases, and this one is not these specific cases. Like for example, I am seeing a doctor in the meantime. That means that I go to see a doctor in the meantime because I'm sick. That's when I use ing. But if you saw one of your friends, you don't say I was seeing. You have to say I saw. I saw Hussein while he was crossing the road. Number 14, he didn't cut the material until he takes the measurements. He didn't cut the materials until he takes the measurements. So this is the past perfect. I have until in the middle, and before until I have past simple in the negative form, and after until I have to put the verb in the past perfect. So he didn't cut the material until what? Until he had taken. Until he had taken. Okay? Number 15, I didn't buy the car because it was too expensive. This is here because it's like after in the past perfect. If you remember, after is followed by the past perfect, and after that I have to write the past simple. For example, after I had eaten my lunch, I slept. So here because it's like after, so it must be followed by the past perfect. So I didn't buy the car because it had It had been too expensive. It had been too expensive. Okay, number 16. I walked by the Nile when I saw some young men swimming. Here, I walked by the Nile. This is a long action, so when is preceded by the past continuous. So I was walking by the Nile when I saw some people swimming, or some men swimming. Okay, number 17. 50 liters of petrol are enough for me to get to work. So here the same case, 50 liters of petrol is. The last one, Jack asked Sam if he can lend him some money. So this is a reported question, yes, no question, sentence. Question, sorry. So Jack asked Sam if he can lend him some money. So Jack asked Sam if you remember, we have to change the tenses when we switch from direct to reported. So Jack asked Sam if he could lend him some money. And thank you for listening, video 3, and good luck.